What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Listography. Jason, Joe, and Krams are here. Side 3 for Phil Collins. So regular viewers of the channel will remember several weeks ago when we covered Lenny Kravitz. We did this kind of weird video which the topic of it was never really that clear. We were talking about hot dudes in rock music, or like the coolest looking dudes, or rock stars, whatever that was. This is the opposite. This is the flip side. This is the least cool looking rock stars. I don't think we have to really explain why that's the side 3 for Phil Collins. I think that's pretty apparent. Massive star, but never really a cool looking dude. But we got some more for you.
I will say the thing that lost me for respecting Phil's like sex appeal or aesthetic as a frontman is in a live performance I saw on YouTube a long time ago of Home by the Sea, where he's just doing like all these goofy facial expressions and acting out his lyrics. Like when he says, "Put it in your pocket," and he's like putting his hand. It's just like this really weird, like middle school level, like thespian sort of performance he does. And even when the Who toured Tommy in the late 80s and brought on guests, and I think he played Uncle Ernie, and even then he took it like too far as just like weird and awkward, and it just, yeah, he just doesn't have the right, it's just not, he's no Lenny Kravitz, let's just say that. But he looks great on the cover of But Seriously.
You want to say who else you chose?
Sure, yeah, sorry. All right, here's what I've got. Probably some controversial ones here. Again, we're just talking about the look, so don't be like, "Oh, come on, he's a great guitar player." Like Tom Morello, baggy shorts, and I will say that the forward baseball cap just does not have any place really in rock or music. So that always bothered me. I also, even though I am guilty of this, I have to play this way, but I don't like the way it looks when the guitar is really high up. Him, Dave Matthews, myself, got to do it. I got short arms. Doesn't look great. I'm also going to go one. A lot of classic rock fans are going to be upset with this one. I do not care for the ZZ Top look whatsoever. The weird dress, the hats, the sunglasses. I know it's a good stamp on them. You know it when you see it, and that's cool that but I just don't like anything about it visually. Here's another one. Bono, but really like more recent Bono, last 20 years, the sparkly, like all colored leather outfit and the sunglasses and the slick back hair. I don't think it looks good. I thought he looked cool, like watching him in the Where the Streets Have No Name video, like with the long hair and just the more casual look looks great. But now just it just doesn't look good. I'm going to throw out Adam Duritz as well. I've complained about the way he's looked in live performances before, but his general like dreadlocks and just kind of carefree sweats and big oversized flannels would make you think that he just doesn't care, and his songs say the complete opposite. You would think he would look really mopey, but he just does not give a crap what he looks like. He doesn't even look like he has good hygiene. And I was going to go with Greta Van Fleet for the new one, but that's just such low-hanging fruit right now. If you ever are bored at home when there's not a new listography video to check out, just look in the comments section of some people bashing what the lead singer looks like. There's some hilarious stuff, like Elmo just likes Aladdin and Led Zeppelin, and was one of my favorite criticisms of his look. And there's some good ones, but I'm going to officially go with newer Chris Martin looks, where he's dressing like almost exactly how Tiffany dressed in like the late 80s, and just like a let's go to the mall kind of look, with like a girl's jean jacket with like glitter and stuff on it, and shoelaces with neon ties, and everything's like glow in the dark rainbows and butterflies. And mean, the list of things I complain about modern Coldplay is long, but this is one too. The new video for Higher Power, he's dressed like this, and I just don't like it.
Interesting choices. I got 5 here that you did not mention. I think those are pretty much all good. I don't think it was below the belt on anybody. Here's a really low-hanging fruit one. Chad Kroeger, extremely uncool looking, just no like rock star sexiness at all. Like he has no personality either. Like he just looks like a normal person, like being a rock star, but it can't pull it off in any way. Like if you're going to be sort of like kind of plain looking, like dress yourself up, like at least try something cool and different. But like he just looks like he just went to, I don't know, American Eagle or something and just like got a shirt and t-shirt and was like, this is me, my rock star aesthetic. Also on my list, I hope no parrot heads are watching, Jimmy Buffett, just his whole kind of like cool, not even cool, like not cool uncle, with the Hawaiian shirts and just kind of like messy hair and just maybe the ball cap forward, not like the cool ball cap like me and Cramser wear all the time, like the really dad one with the adjustable back, like the fabric adjustable back, of course. So yeah, he just, I don't know, I never understood his appeal, so throw him on my list. This one hurts a little bit. I'm going to throw on Bjorn Ulvaeus from ABBA. He was the only uncool looking one. He had like a kind of cheesy smile all the time. And he doesn't look like a rock star. He kind of looks out of place. He just looks like kind of like a normal, like, what would he do? Like he would work in an office, like in a cubicle, just, printing out TPS reports or something. He doesn't look like he belongs on stage with a band as wonderful as ABBA, but he's a great person and I love him personally, so can't hate on him too much. Speaking of sort of like dad rockers, and I feel like country artists fall into this a lot, but I'll take maybe the most egregious example of Garth Brooks. He's always kind of wearing like maybe a little bit too tight, like long sleeve shirt with like the vaguely like Western kind of like look to it. And he's always kind of been a little husky. So it just kind of always looks uncomfortable. Like just his whole combination, his jeans kind of look a little too small, but also kind of like bulging a little bit. Always with a cowboy hat. He's so uncool looking that it's hard to fathom how this dude was the most popular, probably entertainer, musician in America for like a good chunk of the 90s. Like this dude is untouchable.
Sorry to interrupt, the way you describe that long sleeve, slightly Western look, it's like Jonah Hill in Superbad when like, hey, Waylon Jennings, where are you going with that?
Exactly. And that's probably actually where they got the whole aesthetic from that movie. Like he doesn't look like he's real country. Like he just looks like he's like trying to fake it. Like he's from the suburbs and like goes to country bars and like kind of knows what people are dressing like, but can't quite get it right. But I did see him. I think he puts on a pretty good show, for being like a dad of country. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but John Denver was kind of nerdy looking. I guess for singer-songwriters, I guess that's an okay aesthetic, but I don't know. It's tough to look like that and be taken seriously for like any, like, I feel like he was basically selling himself short musically just by looking and dressing the way he did. Like he was never going to be taken seriously as a musician, even if he did have a couple of good songs. But I don't know, he really kind of played to the nerdy sort of like out of touch, I don't know, 40-year-old female contingent maybe.
All right, so my list, I got a bunch of Joe's all-time favorite artists on my list.
What a way to preface that.
I got Steely Dan. I don't think they look cool at all, especially Walter Becker. Kind of really, really nerdy look. Also got Billy Joel, which I'm amazed Cram didn't list him, especially lately, but pretty much throughout his career. Just a really average looking dude, which I guess is part of his appeal, but
I will ring the bell. I'm about to defend Billy Joel. I thought he looked fine in the 70s with like the blazer and all of that. Curly, longer hair. He kind of looks like Sylvester Stallone a little bit at times. You're wrong. Billy Joel has great sports jackets.
all right, moving right along. I think Paul Simon kind of falls into the same thing. Just really just like average looking dad type of look going, which singer-songwriters, Joe's right, they can get away with that. How about Kevin DuBrow from Quiet Riot? Trying to be in a hair metal band, but you got a receding hairline. Doesn't work too well. And then later, after Quiet Riot, the later part of his life, he was trying to, compensate, wearing all kinds of, I guess, hair pieces or wigs or whatever they were, but they always looked ridiculous. And then I'll go with Greg Hawkes from the Cars, their keyboard player. Just one of the weirdest, nerdiest looking guys ever. Yeah. He's got an interesting, bizarre look.
You pretty much could have picked anybody from the Cars and it would have rung true.
Well, I think
Rick is so cool looking.
I didn't pick Rick Ocasek.
I know. I'm just saying you can't pick everybody from the Cars.
No, I think they're all nerdy, but they're like nerdy in a cool way, but not Greg Hawkes.
I don't. I think there's a big difference between Cars nerdy and Steely Dan nerdy. The nerd look works a lot of times, I think.
No,
like R.E.M. always looked great. Elvis Costello always looks weird and cool.
I agree. I just don't think Greg Hawkes has the cool factor at all. I just think he's straight up like programming synthesizers, and that's all he does.
Any extras, guys? Any extras?
Someone whose name I don't even know, but he's the guitarist in Three Doors Down, and he's got a neck that's like wider than his shoulders.
Oh my God.
It looks like he's just roided up like completely. Dave Matthews, I think you mentioned him as wearing the guitar high, but I think just in general, not a cool look.
Yeah, he's definitely the nerdiest of the whole band, but he surrounds himself with talent and cool dudes.
I have some on here that are more kind of just indicative to styles that don't age well, that I kind of really associate with one band, like Brandon Boyd of Incubus and that whole like snowboard, like Quicksilver brand kind of looks with like the leather band strap and the snow cap, no matter what season it is. And just
always hanging out at PacSun, basically.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's the store. Like perfect. Like ready to hack and smoke a joint, like as soon as you want, just at a snap. Essentially the Tim Lincecum of lead singers. But
how about everyone involved in prog rock in the 70s? Especially Rick Wakeman. He's probably at the top. All of the capes and stuff, and kind of just a weird looking dude in general, but I think the capes really kind of put it on a different level.
It's something magical and mystical about those keyboard licks that it works. It's like you're watching Gandalf on the keys, man. It's perfect. It matches great.
All right. So let us know what you think. Are any of these people that we listed actually really cool? Tell us about it down below. Tell us who you think doesn't have a cool look, regardless of their musical abilities. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, check the description. You can find all of our social media there, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.